All right, I have to apologize because I did not make video while I was pulling today. In the interest of getting stuff done, I didn't take the time to get the camera out, and we got plenty more to go. But you can see things are thinning out significantly. Those ones there, a bunch of these are kind of by the fence line. I'll be sure to video when I'm pulling those things over with the skidder. That'll probably be more interesting than what I was doing today. Oh, that thing's a monster with the chains on it. But this was all scraped off. You can see all the ice that I broke up. But that's a chunk of wood. I don't care who you are. We got, I don't know how many skids I pulled. It's about 4:30. I started about almost noon, 11:30, somewhere in there. So we got about 5 hours in, and you can see here, I'm gonna be busy for a while. I think I got a couple of saw logs in here too, so we might have to get the chainsaw mill set up and run these things through. This one here, that one's pretty good. That one there, that's a nice one, and that one on the inside of it, that one's not so bad. And they actually look like they're solid. There's a couple of bigger ones. Well, there's a lot of big ones in this pile. We actually made a nice load of pulpwood, but they're pretty soft around the edges. That one's got a pretty good rotten spot in it. If I could get half a dozen logs out of it, it'd make it worth setting up the chainsaw mill for you guys. It's a chainsaw mill that I built for milling the logs for the cabin, so that might be kind of fun. I am gonna jump in the tractor, nudge that last log out of the way there, and then clean up this mess. This is gonna be, before it freezes, I don't want to let that freeze down again. It's gonna turn into a nightmare. So God, it's nice to have a skidder. Holy good Lord. Look at that. My God. That's a lot of wood. I gotta clean this up down here. Good Lord. Skidder got everything tore up. So I put the bucket on. I had to go give the cows a tub of HE20. You can see they're up here. Everybody's kind of spread around. Clean this up a little bit with the bucket. I'd say that's probably 8 cord conservatively, maybe pushing close to 10. That's a pile, that's for sure. That should very well get me through the rest of the winter. So the pressure's a little bit off on the firewood side of things right now, so I will be able to make more videos and do all that stuff. So chasing that camera around takes a lot of time, but we'll have more time here going forward. We can kind of back off the pressure a little bit. We got a lot more trees to get down though, so I got a bunch over at the neighbors to do, and I still got easily 4 times this amount here in the pasture yet that's got to come out. So this pretty well plugs up the landing. I could put in a solid day and just stack it in here and just really pack it full, but you can see my opening up there gets pretty narrow for coming through and pulling up with the skidder. When I get this stuff processed, there is a little bit of a snowbank on the back side. I might push all that back just a little bit more, give myself a little bit more room. I wouldn't mind being able to get about twice as much in here. Then I could take a whole weekend and just stack it full. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I want to get that put in the shed. I need to get that cedar moved. Shouldn't have got buried in the snowbank to begin with, but that's just how my year's gone so far. Need to get that moved. I'd like to make a little bit of a landing over on that side, and whatever spillover I have, because I'm going to have spillover that doesn't fit in the shed, I can stack that in log length beside the shed. So I think I'm going to clean this stuff up. This is a mess from going back and forth here with the skidder a little bit when I was filling the chainsaw. Then we'll go work on the shop for the night. Hope everyone's had a great weekend. Still plugging away, guys. So I had a viewer question. Jennifer Whitewolf asked, was I related to Bob and Wendy, or were we just friends? Well, I guess that depends on your definition. We were not blood related to either, but we were family every day of the week. So, and a little bit of a funny tidbit there, when Bob first got sick with cancer and they were at the hospital filling out paperwork to get Bob set up for treatment and all that stuff, I was listed as one of the contacts because I was going to be taking Bob to treatment and things like that. And come to find out later on that Wendy had listed me as their son. And as much as I had appreciated that, I told him, I said, and I didn't find this out for like 3 years, that we had to change that because that'd be a clerical error if something happened and there was paperwork that needed to be done or things like that. We didn't need a legal loophole like that to cause problems. So Wendy, in fact, went and checked with the hospital staff to make sure that that was correct and it needed to be changed. And they, in fact, said it did. And she got very upset, actually. But she did understand why. So just a little tidbit of information, a little bit of an answer there. Feel free to ask questions. Try to do the best I can here. We're trying to kind of having a really hard time putting all this together in my mind, but hope everyone's having a great day. Off to the job thing for me, guys. Talk to you again soon.